We're on Cheney Lake, which is a spring-fed lake in the far western Upper Peninsula, just over the Wisconsin border. We're at my family's lake cottage. And so what we've done is we've invited some friends from different conservation organizations, and they're gonna all meet here. We're gonna do a little hunting and fishing. We're gonna have a little cast and blast, but it's all gonna be with non-lead alternatives for ammunition and fishing tackle.
See everything you can see. To find your way, you must be free. Go find your love and keep it near. Don't get caught up in doubt and fear.
So, you know, most hunters and anglers don't think about having a huge effect on the landscape with their activities. And you think, I took a deer and left a gut pile. That can't have too much of a huge effect. But if you think about doing that over the long term, and you think about all the different animals and wildlife that may come scavenge on that gut pile, or if you're a bird hunter and you think of the dozens and dozens of shots you take in the field each year, that ends up being literally tons of lead that someone can spread over their lifetime of hunting. Or fishing, if you've got lead weights or lead jigs and you break those off, loons and other wildlife can come along and ingest that.
This one might be a keeper.
Oh. Now, which side do you want me on?
Right in front of me. Perfect.
Can you bring him in?
Yep.
Nice job.
All right.
Hey! Oh, yeah.
Caught me a nice northern pike
I've been
here on
bested.
Cheney Lake. Hey, we got one. We got one. Right up front.
I think we got us a nice little northern on here.
Yeah, that's like.
And the Uke. Beautiful fish.
Yeah. Should be right there.
He doesn't want to come. He saw the boat.
Oh, it's a monster. He's getting mad.
Oh, he's getting mad. Welcome back.
Hey. That went right away. How about that?
That's actually a really pretty pike.
Snag it with some weeds, but I got it. So we're out here this weekend doing some cast and blast in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan using non-lead tackle and non-lead ammunition. And for me, that's really important with my role in Artemis Sportswomen and the work I do with women hunters and anglers for two reasons. First is that I'm out here hunting and fishing for food, and so I want to make sure that the food I feed myself and my family and friends is healthy and doesn't have lead in it. And then secondly, I'm out here for the entire landscape. I'm not out here just for the fish and the game. I'm out here for the water, I'm out here for the beauty, I'm out here for all of the animals that survive on this landscape. I think it's easy to overlook the long-term effects of lead because we're out here for the moment, and it's hard to keep in mind that the lead we leave in the landscape, whether it's a fishing lure at the bottom of the river or lead shot in the field, that stays there for a really long time, and it contaminates the landscape that it's in. And for the health of our waters, which are our own drinking waters and feed into that system, I think it's just important to have that longer perspective.
As I lay down and I close my eyes, I find my home. I dream about all the good advice I could have known.
I mean, how
How special is today? We're out here, we've got an early color change. I'm with good friends that I've either worked with through BHA or just friends with in general. This is just a very special time to be able to come up here, get like-minded people together to bring a little bit of awareness to an issue that, I mean, I've always cared about, and now that Drew with NWF is really starting to turn the heat up on and say, hey, look, this is really infecting the environment. People don't realize just on a microscopic scale, like how much lead can actually enter your body. I mean, just think, you ding that grouse with some lead, or you ding that woodcock with some lead and it goes and dies, you don't find it. Well, that eagle comes around and eats it, or that fox, or that whatever animal, that predator, or opportunistic eater, and they're gonna ingest that whole thing and probably swallow a lot of that shot. I mean, just, that's personally why, like, I choose to use steel and bismuth and the other non-toxic loads.
So just as you wouldn't take a shot if you were unsure about what was behind your target, because it may have detrimental impact on something else or hit another non-target animal. That's the same idea behind this. As ethical hunters and anglers, we know that when we take that shot, we have to be sure of our target. We have to make sure it does no harm in any other realm. And that's what it's like with this lead activity. We want to be sure that we're not inadvertently poisoning or harming other wildlife.
We're back at the cabin now having lunch. One of the guys brought some venison. We got pasties from Randall's Bakery in Wakefield, a UP tradition. One of the guys had a grouse from earlier that he brought, and we just cooked that up fresh in some butter. And Sarah Top caught a great northern pike last night, so we've got some of that as well. So we've got a true Yooper wild game meal with a pasty, enjoying lunch, hanging out here at the cottage.
All right, come on, buddy.
There he is.
He's ready to come in.
So I'm using this little minnow here. I'm going to put a little tungsten putty on it to provide the weight. Tungsten is one of the lead alternatives for fishing weights that can replace lead. When lead fishing weights get down into the lake, and this lake supports loons, loons can mistake them for pebbles. They can grind them up in their gullets. They can get poisoned by lead. And because we love the loons here, we don't want to do that. So just by using a substitute like tungsten, we can get down to the depth that we'd like and not cause any harm to the wildlife that we love. All right, so throwing this little streamer, it looks like we got a little pike that liked what he saw. So we're gonna bring him up to the boat, see if we can net him. Just a little guy. He's a fighter though. This lake's always seemed to have good amounts of pike. Don't know that it's ever had large pike. I think it's one of those lakes that has a lot of pike, but not any huge trophies. For us though, growing up, that just meant that there was a lot to catch. The first entry in the cottage log when my family started coming here in the summers ends with a postscript that Grandpa Bill caught a beautiful 24.5-inch northern. That'd be my great-grandpa that bought it. And so for as long as my family's been coming here, they've been catching pike.
That's right. He's mad now. He's mad now. Get over here. Oh, nice. Well, hey, they're fun.
There's no downside to this. To me, it's all positive. You know, like I said, you're not affecting meat with lead. You're not throwing wasted meat out on the landscape where some scavenger can pick it up and then they get lead ingestion, lead poisoning, and that has been an issue where that's happened. And so, you know, if we can get away from that and prevent that from happening, you know, why would we not?
We don't have to wait for laws to be passed to do what we already know is the right thing to do. In fact, a lot of times as hunters and anglers, we are more effective when we do the right thing before laws are passed so that they don't have to be passed. We can protect loons, we can protect eagles, we can protect wildlife in the places that we love to hunt and fish. And it doesn't take much more than just using a different box of ammo or a different tin of sinkers. It's a pretty simple change. It doesn't cost us much, it's just as effective, and by doing so, we can keep the Northwoods unleaded.
So you should go do what you love, do everything you're dreaming of, and as you grow, make life your own, and try to forget